Something tried to share my bed with me. So if you enjoyed the other two Ouija stories recently, this one's for you, a short one that happened quite recently. March 2023, I moved states with my boyfriend for his job. We had been together about 5 years at this time. We moved once before for his job, but this was a bigger move because we moved out of our home state. We moved from a very small town to a big city. The move was 8 hours from our old place to the new one. It happened within 1 month, so we didn't have a chance to go to the big city and check out the location or area we were going to be living in. I picked us out a place that was within 10 minutes from his new job, since he wanted a short commute and to see what the local market of his job would be. We knew right away that we were only going to live out this year lease at this place. Between the management, the neighbours, the community, the buildings, it was 0 out of 5 stars if that's possible. I have stories of just real-life events, fires in the building, sex traffickers, etc. But this is going to be another paranormal story. About 3 months into living here, an eerie vibe presented itself. My boyfriend said he hated our half bathroom in our bedroom. To be fair, it is just a closet turned into a powder room, so it is kind of weird. He said he got a weird vibe from it and it made him uncomfortable. I'm not only psychic, but very empathic, and at this time I couldn't discern what was human emotion of my neighbours and what was spiritual energy from a ghost or something. But I felt the heaviness of this building that was built in the 70s. The first time this happened, I was home alone. I was sitting on my bed, messaging my friend about some work she was paying me to do. I always slept on the right side of the bed, so I'd sit there too. We have a memory foam mattress, so you sink into the bed when you sit or lay on it. As I was messaging, I felt a coldness go over me and my goosebumps appeared. It wasn't a breeze, it was more like a sudden chill, kind of like what happens when you really have to pee, but you haven't been able to get to a bathroom. After the chill, right next to me, in the center of the bed, there was a press onto the bed. It felt as though someone was standing over me. If I were to stand on the bed, it would create the same kind of impression. Just a deep circle that went farther down than my butt did sitting. I just looked at it, not sure what was happening. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up and I just left our bedroom. I went and sat in the living room for the rest of the day until my man got home. I didn't tell him about it because I figured it was a one-time thing. About 2 months before we were going to move out, it happened again. My boyfriend was home this time, taking a shower. Again, I was sat on my right side of our bed. This time, I was crocheting. Then the cold air fell over me again, and this time I was pissed. It's like it knew I would say something to my boyfriend about it this time, like it really wanted me to. It stood there next to me, over me. I instinctively said this because I was just so mad. I don't know who the fuck you think you are, but you are not scaring me. You are not allowed to be this close to me. You are not allowed to be in my presence. Leave me the fuck alone. My man came out of the shower shortly after, asking who I was talking to like that, and I told him about it. I told him about how it happened before and how it just happened again. I told him how I've seen and felt entities before, but this time it just stood there over me. I told him how I could see where it was because of the indent on the bed. He told me he knew the powder room was weird, but he never knew it'd test me like that. Thankfully, we moved shortly after, and our new place has nothing like that happening. It just made me so uncomfortable, and I wonder if it did this because it knew it couldn't influence me the way it could influence others in the building.